Stewie! We gotta go get another project. Hey, little girl, you haven't been in the video for a while. How you doing? Huh? That's right, guys. I'd normally be on the road right now going to get it, but I didn't have time to make it to the bank after work yesterday. Bank was closed till I got home. So I got to wait until they open up this morning so I can get my cashier's check. Then I'm going to go run and pick up a new project vehicle. Now this is going to be my first Copart car of 2019. I'm allowed to bid, so I did. And I won one. I actually won the very first one I was bidding on because it was lower than I thought it would be. This is a sight unseen purchase. I don't recommend anybody doing this, but which another thing I'm skeptical of is it looks really good. I see small damage here and there, but honestly, this car looks like one you could take it to an enhanced inspection station, have it registered, and drive it home legal, like without doing a single thing to it. But we are going to fix some stuff on it, and we're going to do some upgrades on this one. Stella, do you like upgrades? Huh? She's my cat. She follows me everywhere.
Honestly, try honesty, no. Just tell me what I want to hear, 'cause it could save us. Let me fly, I've got my hopes, but I can hardly see why I'm still chasing. It's not worth it for me anymore. Crashed and burned 100 times, I'm lost. I just can't let this go. Every last chance I had is gone.
Well, I just took care of business. Now I'm gonna go take care of business. So we're out here. I'm waiting for the loader to come so I can pick up my vehicle. They're gonna let me drive it out. It is very icy, but they salted everything. Oh shoot, is that a Hellcat over there? Hi Copart, thanks for your contributions. You ever have a Grand Am and just think, I need some rice? Check that thing out. Full body kit, huge wing, awesome quad pipes. And yes, if you're wondering, I did steal the vest. I totally forgot I had it on. How you forget you have a fluorescent yellow vest on? It's the second time I've done this at the same location. I'm gonna ship it back to him in the mail. I have to hurry up and get home because the kid is coming to get the Eclipse, and he's going to be there about a half an hour after I get home. And I really wanted to get this thing home and unload it and get a shot of it beside the Eclipse before it went. And you'll see why. What up, J-Dog? Now, if you'll excuse me, I got the shot. The kid's here. I gotta go transfer this and then this leaves. Hey, wife. These aux beam headlights, they didn't really pan out too great in my Camaro. Now, given, I will say, when I did my test, the regular halogens, the roads were dry when I videoed that, and then when I videoed the LEDs, the roads were wet because it was snowing. So that normally affects your light. But they watched my review and they liked it for some reason. I was honest and I said they weren't that great. But they were like, if you ever want to review any other products, we like the video, and we'll send you whatever you want. I said, well, how about lights for my wife's Camaro? So here they are. They sent high beams and low beams for your car. And I think you're going to get better results because you have projector beams, if you know what I mean. Those glass orbs in there instead of a reflective.
They're not really bright at night, so
well, these, they're all the same because I guess apparently your high beam and low beam are the same. So look at that fancy thing.
oh my, look at that.
That seems so fake. It's so fake.
I'm just acting, you know, blah. He gives two craps.
Stewie, you giving 2 craps? You better not do it right there. You better go to your litter box.
I'm trying to keep it PG. I almost slipped it.
Yeah, you almost did slip it.
Ow, Mom!
What? You like this? Check it out.
Stewie,
He's like, can I chew it?
you're just a cute baby, aren't you? Mwah!
Another thing came in the mail. My new chain. I got an orange one. Matches my dirt bike. It was actually wasn't that bad, and it came with a rear sprocket and a front sprocket. And I don't know what gears. I don't have. If this is the same ratio as what's on it, I'm putting it on because I could do with a new front one. The back one's not that bad, but I mean, it's a brand new sprocket. Maybe I'll just throw it all on. I don't know. I had the bike apart. Might as well. And more other things came. I got to go out and I'll show them to you. All right. So this other thing I got, that's the wrapper from those headlights. These are new headlights for this. And I'm going to show you the direction I'm going on this thing. I'll get more in depth on this in a second, but let me unbox these because I'm fairly certain these are parts for this already, which is crazy because I just ordered these yesterday. That's right, on this build, I want to go aftermarket. I want to make this thing look sportier than it is because as it sits right now, it is just too plain Jane. And I want it to look good so that it attracts the next buyer. These are R8 style black housing headlights. Price was decent on them. I contacted Auxbeam since they're so gracious with their sponsors and sending out stuff to see if I can get these bulbs here so that we have an LED low beam. But yeah, they're pretty fancy looking. They're gonna look really good in there, brand new headlights. I'm getting a hold of Sean. He has connections with aftermarket parts. We're gonna try to, well, not try, I'm going to get a different front bumper. We're gonna put a sportier style front bumper on this thing with a different kind of scheme to it, black out the grill area. You know how I like to do my things. Side skirts. I kind of like the stock side skirts, and they're going to go with the bumper that I want, so I'm probably just going to try to get an OEM style side skirt. The back is plain Jane. So, I ordered a ducktail wing to go on the back of it. The price wasn't that bad. I also ordered carbon fiber wrap. I am going to try to do a carbon fiber wrap on the wing. And if I like it, I'm going to try the bumper. If I do good there, then I might do the side skirts too. So we have some carbon fiber on the car. I think it'll look good. And on this side, the damage on this side. First off, the bumper is bad. You can't see it. Well, maybe you can. Let me grab a flash. it's my assumption that they wrecked this thing in the snow. It has winter treads on it. It's filthy. Yes, I should have washed it, but it's raining out right now, and I was in a rush to get back here because that kid was coming for the eclipse. To me, this was a favor. That's what I call these cars, favors. This thing has lots of paint marks. Some of them are wiped off, but it has lots of paint marks on stuff that I would have never even marked up. Okay, so they marked this rim with an X, so that means replace the rim. They marked this rim with an X, which means replace the rim. Yes, it has scratches and stuff on it, but they're not bent and they hold air. They're going to stay on there. They don't look horrible. They need cleaned up, but that's it. There's a scratch going down the car. Let me bring the light back. It's very light. It can be buffed out. Right here, they have paint. There's a paint mark on the door. You can see some of it. I don't know what they are marking here. I can't even see a scuff or nothing. Okay, I see it. There's light scratches right here. They'll buff out. Oh, there's a lot of marks like that that are just faint scratches that will buff out. But they marked them. So, like on the trunk lid back here, I don't even know what they marked here. Okay, I see it now. There's a small, somewhat of a dent. If you look at it at certain angles, it's so hard to tell, but there's paint. There's a paint circle on it, and you can barely see it. This side, there's a small dent right here, and that's I'm not worried about. They have circles everywhere on this side, and they're all just scuffs. The side skirt's fine. The door, we do need a front door. It's a light hit, but till you get that thing straight again. I priced the door, and I found one for $250. I called about it, and it was gone already. So I did not get a door yet. This front fender, we're going to fix, has some light dents, very light dents, which I'm going to body work those. And then it has this dent right here, which I'm going to body work that. That's not bad at all. They marked scuffs on these rims. These rims don't even look like they were touched, but they marked scuffs on them. So, oh, I didn't see that. That side skirt is scraped up too. Pretty good too. It's gouged. So, we might go aftermarket side skirts as well. I don't know. We're going to see what the prices are on them. But I don't feel like for the price of them, you get a pair of them, the price wasn't that bad. The condenser and the radiator. Okay, you can see it. That bend right there, if they are not leaking, I'm not replacing them. I think the radiator may be leaking because the coolant's low. I haven't checked the AC yet, but this thing definitely went off-road, and it has, the only damage underneath was the radiator and condenser. The oil pan has a small, very light dent, like something that would have been caused by snow. It's not even that bad. And that's the same with the exhaust and the fuel tank, which could have been done by a forklift driver, but I give them the benefit of the doubt. I seen it coming out on the forks, and it was on the control arm, so I don't think it was a forklift. I'd say it was from the accident. None of that's going to harm the car, but we do have spongy brakes, no e-brake. It just comes straight up, and a lot of warning lights. But the car runs and drives. So, there is one cool thing about this car that is not on a lot of the other models, and I'll show you here in a second. That's right. This is one of the only models that has all-wheel drive. Yes, I think the Evos have all-wheel drive. Yes, they do. But this is the model between the base and the Evo. This is the SE trim. And this one has a couple extra options on it. It's not a baseline model. This one has the touchscreen and the backup camera, which is a step up from the plain Jane one. This one also has heated cloth seats, and like I said, it's all-wheel drive. It has 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, and 4-wheel lock. There's the touch screen. It has the backup camera. It's dirty. It's very dirty inside. It doesn't show up on camera how dirty this thing is, but it is dirty. It has winter treads the whole way around, and no damage on the back. The back looks good, but here you go. They don't call it all-wheel drive. They call their system all-wheel control. So, oh no, you guys, tell me what you think about this one. I feel like I got a steal. I don't talk about prices, but I felt like I got this thing very cheap for the year. I feel like the upgrades are going to make it more sellable, and it's going to look good. So, yeah, and I went from one Mitsubishi to another. Maybe I caught the bug on the Eclipse, but here we are. Another Mitsubishi. I just got the junk out of the rims, pumped up the tires. I was having all kinds of warning lights for low tire pressure, and they were all low. But if my hose isn't frozen, we're going to take this out and we're going to wash it real quick. So, I think it's going to be frozen. Darn it, it is frozen. We'll bucket wash it, just like I did with the Eclipse. So, alright, let's get her done. Alright, so we have one more problem, which caused a lot of problems. The alternator is not charging. So, it was giving me all kinds of trouble lights, and it even got down to the point where it started sputtering, and it wanted to shut off, and then it wouldn't start. I got the jumper pack out, started it, it would run fine with the jumper pack on. I checked the battery with it running, and the alternator is not charging. So I'm going to go ahead and order an alternator. I'm going to go ahead and go through the cleaning of this, and then I'll go run and get the alternator. I wasn't going to get into it today, but I feel like I might as well. I'll order this alternator. We're going to tear the front end down. I am fairly certain that the radiator is leaking. I put water in it. I'm not finding a leak, but it was empty. There wasn't any coolant in it. So I'm looking. I believe where that damaged area it is, there's probably a pinhole in the radiator or something. I haven't got it warm enough to get pressure in the system, so that's probably when it would leak. But nevertheless, we'll get that tore out, get the radiator out, and I'll get the alternator out so we can swap that out. And I can look at the radiator when I have it out too. There were way more paint marks on this thing than I even saw the last 3 or 4 times I looked at this thing. These rims don't look too bad. These things looked horrible. I mean, yes, they have scuffs on them, but they don't look bad at all cleaned up. They definitely didn't clean this car. It's got 2 little nicks there. They had them marked. All kinds of marks on the doors. I see there's a slight, now that it's wet, I see a slight dent in that door. Like, all that stuff is minor. There's scuffs on this door, like somebody opened their door against it. They marked that. They marked, there's a dent here. They marked that. They marked a dent on the roof. They marked like 3 or 4 dents on the roof that you can't even see. It's just like they went way overboard. This front room is a little worse than the back one. It's got some curb rash around the edge, but it still doesn't look bad. Doesn't look bad at all. The hood has a lot of stone chips. If I get up close, you can see them. In fact, yeah, they're all stone chips. I didn't think they were stone chips there for a second. But still, not that bad. It's going to be a good looking car when it's done. Real good looking car. But that's going to be on the next episode. Me tearing this thing down and getting into it. So, anyways, we're going to end it right here. So if you guys like this episode, go check out some of my other episodes. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next episode of Unwrecked.